Veteran custom home builder John Lyle of Morningstar Homes knows exactly what you need to know before you hire a custom builder. I'm Merle Braley, and I recently caught up with John at one of his custom homes in the Triangle. I asked him to show me around the home and point out what you should be aware of when considering hiring a custom home builder. What John says in these next few minutes could save you big bucks and, more importantly, save you big headaches down the road.
And we are recording.
Yeah, we are.
Glad you could make it out this morning. I want to take a few minutes and show you this beautiful custom home that we got here that we're about 2 or 3 days from moving the client in. So you might notice a few little things here and there, but by and large it's finished. And we think it turned out pretty nice, to be honest with you, and more importantly our client thinks it turns out real nice. So the garage doors are all steel. They replicate that carriage door look, and they're insulated as well. The exterior of the home, by and large, is a fiber cement siding product with either fiber cement material on the soffits and overhangs or composite. And the stone is an all-engineered stone. Really handsome stone. One thing you'll notice is as we walk along, there's a fair bit of topography on this lot. And there's also, you'll notice, a lot of stone walls in here. I'd like to point out that all that stone came out of the basement excavation. We really try and work hard to save the client some money and incorporate material like that into the landscape. It sits right on the golf course, and we'll be able to get a view both from here as well as the inside the house to kind of show you what it looked like. I would like to point out this beautiful door. This is a knotty alder door that we have made just about any style or configuration that you can imagine by a gentleman down in Georgia. These doors are 2.5 inches thick. So they're rather stout. They have a real good hand to them. They feel really good when you open them up. A lot of builders don't know how to give a client what they want on their HVAC system. And I can assure you that an HVAC system, your heating and cooling system, is something that you do not want to cut corners on. But you can also waste the money if you don't spend it correctly. So let me just point out this thermostat here. And I know most of you are probably looking at this shot going, that's not a thermostat, it's a small tablet. Well, it certainly appears that way, but this particular system that we're using in this house is a 20 SEER heat pump. And this house has got, the first floor has got 3 zones, and all of those zones have remote thermostats that are all controlled by this, which in essence is just a really small computer. It's important when you're designing your house that your builder, if he is your custom builder, if he's truly thinking about the performance of the home, design the house with your heating and cooling needs and your insulation needs and your windows, the performance of your windows and doors, all in harmony with one another. Those are the 3 areas that are going to have the biggest impact on your heating and cooling bills. This particular unit, as I mentioned earlier, is a 20 SEER system. That's the efficiency rating of the unit. Most of your heat loss and gain is going to occur in the penetrations in the side walls, hence the reason that we're using all low E windows with an argon gas in them. And in this particular house, we've also used spray foam insulation in the attic to complete the 3 components of how the home is going to perform from a standpoint of your utility bills, which candidly should be important to you in this day and age. Okay, Merle, here we are in the attic, and this is one of the most neglected areas that I think people don't pay attention to when they're talking to a builder. And what do you want to look for when you're talking to a custom home builder in here? The obvious things are the insulation, but you want to look at the quality of the HVAC system install. We're a big fan of foam insulation, which is what we've sprayed in up here on all the ceilings. And what that does is that gives us an environment in this attic that is relatively comfortable. Certainly not going to be the heat extremes that you will experience in a traditional scenario where the insulation is at our feet and this space or volume up here is not insulated. It can be 125, 130 degrees in here in the summertime in an attic like that. What does that mean? When we put this foam insulation in here, your heating and cooling system in a lot of cases will be in this area. It is now in a climate controlled environment. It's going to perform much, much better in this situation than in a hot attic. Foam insulation, big fan of it, well worth the money. While you're up here, if you happen to have an opportunity to look at another builder, if you're shopping a builder or looking at to interviewing a custom builder, crawl up in the attic. Look at the quality of the sealing that's done around the duct system. The HVAC contractor that we use is one of the best I've used in a long time. He goes out of his way to seal all of these areas. Now this sealing is, believe it or not, required by code, but there are different extremes to which you can apply the sealing. And he certainly goes above and beyond the call. This system is not going to have any leaks, both leaking cold air in or in this case it wouldn't necessarily be too warm. But this system is going to perform much, much better in this situation.